Hello, and welcome to Victory Chat with Jackie Mckeever. I am your host, Jackie Mckeever, and on Victory Chat with Jackie Mckeever, we talk about everything from self-development to business because everything is designed to help you take your life and your business back. So we're doing a series called Behind the Author's Pen. And today we have a guest who's going to be on our hot seat today. His name is Robb Wallace. He is the author of SEO, A Layman's Guide, Smartphone, Smart Marketing. Hello, Robb. How are you doing?
I'm good, Jacqueline. I'm good. Fresh, ready for this podcast. Thanks for having me on. Much appreciated.
Thank you for coming. You ready to get in our hot seat and answer these 10 questions?
Yep.
Okay, we're about to get all up in your business. So why did you create this book?
So the smartphone smart marketing, I first wrote a book called Smartphone Media Production, and that was in 2015. And the idea was everybody has a phone in their pocket, and that phone is extremely powerful. You can record video, audio, live stream. You can make images, you can edit images. It's a marketing powerhouse. In fact, it's the BBC or NBC or the big American broadcast company in your pocket, but most people don't know how to use it. I'm an award-winning filmmaker. I have a degree in broadcast production, and I took my skills, put it down on paper, and said, if you have one of these in your pocket, learn how to use it. You know, that is the next generation do not need a degree, etc., etc. They just need to learn to use the technology that is around them continuously. So in that book, everything from how to make videos, how to take photographs, how to think about the things, how to market, everything really that you need, and just with your phone. So that was the idea behind that.
How long did it take you to write it?
So that book that was probably the longest non-fiction book that I've wrote. It took maybe 6 months. Because
that's amazing.
I had to create all the images, or the sort of so it has like things like cheat sheets, cheat guides, step-by-step breakdowns of, you know, it's been such a while since I looked at it actually, but can I look at the history, like for instance, Google's 20 years old. You know, this new generation that we're a part of, is so fast moving that, you know, 20 years ago, the only people that had a movie camera was Hollywood. The only people who had the means to distribute that video was Hollywood or a big network TV provider. Now you and I are talking across the world with relatively cheap technology that's accessible to most. You know, this is revolutionary. Like Steven Spielberg would have cut his arm off to get the technology that's in an iPhone when he was at college. So we have the technology, but most people don't know how to utilize it. So that's the kind of, but the book covers everything from marketing, building the foundation, audio, photography, video, live streaming. Then it goes through the social media stuff, how to utilize that for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and that gives you cheat sheet guides and all that kind of good stuff all along the way. Yeah.
And if you all didn't guess it, Rob is we're broadcasting and talking to Rob all the way from the UK.
Yeah.
So were there any delays in producing it?
Yep. I have so the nature and theme of that book was essentially we have the technology. We have the distribution, we have, so it had to be self-published because it's a book about breaking the system, if you like. You don't need the system. So it had to be self-published. And in that process, I had to learn a lot of new skills. I had to learn how to format a book for print. I had to learn about the different paperweight, how to design a cover for print, how to get an ISBN to catalogue the book, how to market books, how to distribute books on Amazon, on Kobo, on Apple, on Google Books, on etc. etc. So there was a big learning curve at the beginning, but the biggest learning curve for me was editing. Wordsmith. I can speak and I can convey information, but grammar and sentence structure is probably not my strongest point. So getting an editor was probably the longest delay, but very much worth the delay.
The next question was, who was this written for? Was it written for a specific audience?
It was, yeah, so that book's written for, so everybody from somebody who has a social media account, from small business, a local sports group, essentially anyone who's posting any kind of content on social media, especially people who post shaky video, bad video, horrendous graphics, horrendous photographs. Yeah, people who don't know how to use social media, the tools, how to live stream, how to brand, how to market, and then giving them the tools that they already have, the phone, and showing them how to use it. So there's no additional cost. It's just let's take what you have. So it's really aimed at entry-level business, people who are new to the block.
Okay, so the next question is, you kind of already answered the next question, so I'm going to change it a little bit. What was the next book you wrote after this? Because I know you mentioned it briefly.
So I wrote the latest book that I wrote, that I just released less than a month ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. It's called SEO.
It's in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah. SEO, a layman's guide. And so it's along the same theme. If you have a business, a group, or whatever, you have a website, there's no use having a website if it can't be found. The whole art of a website is if so my business is about books and stuff. So if somebody types in Robb Wallace author, I want to be at the top of the search, and I want to be the first or the second thing to pop up. And so how do you do that? How do you play the game of Google? And so when you play the game of Google, you write for humans and you write for the machine as well. So it's a 50-50 split. And you're ticking the boxes that Google expects, like speed, a good, easy website to navigate, easy to interact with as a human. If it's on mobile, it's big, fat, finger friendly. It resizes. And then for the machine, it's the tags, the alt tags, the speed, compression, etc., etc. So again, going on the the idea of a layman's guide, making something simple, step by step. SEO, marketing goes hand in hand. So that was naturally the next book to bring out.
Awesome. Will you write other books in the genre of nonfiction or for business?
Yep.
Okay.
So I've got one called 80 Plus Ideas to Market Your Business. And it's a very short book. And it's obviously 80 ideas. And that's everything from, how to treat your staff to putting a big sticker on the side of your car to, I think it can be summed up as, I don't know what it's like in America. We have a saying that when the circus comes to town, every day the circus comes to town, that that the circus is in town. So it's like when the circus comes to your town, they put posters up on every shop, in every lamppost, in every railing. They go to the newspaper, the radio. Everybody knows that the circus is in town, and we should treat our business like the circus is in town every day. It's a hard thing to do, but it's basically that's what the 80 ideas are inspired by, that kind of mentality that when the circus come to town, how to just go over and above to make people aware that your business exists.
Yes, visibility, availability, communication, all those things are vital for any business, no matter where you are, to stay in existence. So the next question is, what do you want readers to get from your books?
I really, really hate the kind of modern, it's almost like do this 1 hour seminar and the secrets of business or marketing or whatever will be revealed just to get an upsell at the end for, $300 course or whatever. And you buy the course and there's no value in that course. You could have bought a book for £10, which had more value. So for me, what I want my readers to get out is if you buy an SEO book or you buy a marketing book, the vast majority of SEO and marketing books are designed by people who have been in large corporate sized entities, like the size of Apple, the size of Shell, the size of huge, and they're writing guides for websites that already get 40, 50, 60, 100,000 unique visitors a month, a day. They're not geared up to the little person who is getting 5 views a day, 10 views a day, and wants to get it to 200 views, or has just opened a small business in their local area and they want to get Google My Business to start showing their business on the listing to get their and it's they kind of marketing and they kind of SEO skills that my books are focused on. It's right at the bottom tier of startup, solo entrepreneur, small person, real small person, like sub 5 people, 1 to 5 person small business kind of startups that are got limited budget, who are
that's great,
looking to get their first foot on the ladder.
Okay, so the next question is primarily about you, the author. Are there other books or authors that inspire you?
Yep, I'm an avid reader and an avid thinker, sort of. So yeah, absolutely. I'm inspired every day, very curious. inspired by people like yourself who are,
Oh, you're
you know,
sweet.
getting after it, you know, creating platforms that allow other people who are, you know, building businesses they're making it happen. And I think like there's so many authors, like there's so many books, there's so many ideas, but every single day I'm inspired by people who are, you know, getting up and putting their shoes on and trying to make it happen, trying to make the dream, whatever the dream is, you know. There's a lot of inspiration, and probably the best inspiration is switching the television off.
That's true. It can distract you. And if you turn it off, it'll definitely limit the excuses because you got time.
And time is so valuable.
It's
so valuable, and it's the so in that inspired in time, I found for me Trello, or a similar free app, which is a Kanban board app where you can create your lists and manage your lists, and you can have time tracking and stuff. Asana is another free app like that, fantastic for project management, so that you can put down all your ideas
on the go. Yeah, it goes wherever you go.
Get it done.
Okay, so the next question is, what advice would you give somebody new at writing?
I think the for writing, for starting business, for anything, would be to no one has the answers. You're going to fail. You're going to fail a lot. I once heard failing is finding an important lesson, inviting needed growth. You're going to fail, but every time you fail, you'll get better. So the first book you put out, the first sentence, the first, you'll grow, you'll get better, you'll get stronger. And like any other, I was saying to a friend the other week, who's very good at wrestling. When he struggled to learn a new skill, he compares it to wrestling. He has been doing wrestling for 20 years.
Wow.
Therefore, he is very good at it. At the beginning, he probably wasn't very good, but he can't remember the beginning. When you take on any new endeavor, you're going to suck at the beginning. You're not going to be good. And it just takes time, perseverance, tenacity, and the ability to desire the thing. So if you're going to start a new book and you want to be an author, just set that goal, set a word count, a daily word count, 50 words, 100 words, 1,000 words, and commit to nailing it every day. And after a few months, you'll have enough words to say that you could write a book, you know, and as you write, you will get better and more comfortable writing. And yeah, so it's the same advice to anything. Baby steps, believe you can do it, get it done. Don't make excuses, just make it happen.
That's true. A lot of times people get in there, especially if you're coming from working for somebody to working for yourself. It's a different, like you said earlier, a learning curve, because they're in the beginning of your business. Most small businesses is just you. It's just you, and you have to learn everything. So that's why that's another reason why I love books. I love books because if you can get a reference material, some of the information may not be necessary for you like right now, but you can grow. As you grow, you'll find, if you can get the right book, you'll find that you'll use that later, and you can always refer to that book, because certain activities you do you may do weekly, you may do daily, some of them you may only do annually. And so the difference is, the difference between a course and a book is you always have that book. You can always go back to one of Rob's guides and stuff if you purchased the guide in the beginning and thumb through, like, okay, what did this say about SEO, or what did this say about marketing my new product? What did it say about this Asana or whatever it is that you're looking for? That's a great thing. So books are a wonderful tool. And if you're buying it for your business, especially if your business is already established, it can be written off on your taxes.
Yep.
So our last question, I said hour, but I mean my the last question is, could you give us a quick blurb about, because you mentioned a couple of books, it could be the one you just wrote or one of the previous ones, a quick blurb from your book, and let people know where they can purchase it.
So all my books can be found at robwallace.co.uk. It's ROBB Wallace, WALLACE.co.uk. Or just type my name in, Robb Wallace, and marketing, or Robb Wallace and SEO. It should come up. If I am worth my salt in SEO, you should type in anything and it will come up. So the SEO book, the blurb would be, an old joke used to be, where is the best place to hide a dead body? And the answer is on page 2 of Google, because no one goes there. But nowadays, it's actually just beyond the featured snippet. So the featured snippet is that if you type in banana bread recipe, or you type in chicken curry, or you type in a small business, or you type in $1,000 to pounds, Google puts everything on a featured snippet at the top, and it no longer wants you to go beyond the featured snippet. It wants to give you the answer right there on the front page. So it's extremely important to get your business in the search, in the rankings, and that is why you need SEO. If you have a website, pitches, your website can be your best employee working 24/7, 365, or it can be your worst employee working 24/7, 365. You choose.
And you want them sleep. You want those sleep coins. You want them sleep coins. You want something that keeps working when you sleep, when you're sleeping, and continuous growth. So yeah, like he said, the phones are everywhere. People are always on the internet 24 hours a day. Buy his book, go to his website. If you missed it, if you look behind him, on his screen, you can see robwallace.co.uk. Okay, so thank you so much, Robb, for coming on Victory Broadcast. Y'all make sure y'all connect with him because he has a lot more in store. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because my podcast goes to my YouTube channel as well as my podcast. Remember, on Victory Chat with Jackie Mckeever, your victory starts here. Thank you again.